2 months after he led a failed mutiny against Vladimir Putin. Russian mercenary leader Yevgeny Prigozhin is reported to have been killed. This footage, verified by the BBC, shows the moment his Wagner group's private jet hurtled to earth about 300 kilometres or 200 miles northwest of Moscow. Pictures have emerged of the aftermath of the crash, which happened about halfway through the flight from Moscow to St. Petersburg while the plane was at its cruising altitude. Trajectory data suggests the aircraft essentially dropped out of the sky. Russia's aviation agency shared what it claimed was a list of the passengers on the doomed flight, among them Mr. Prigozhin and key Wagner commander Dmitry Utkin. As police cordoned off the crash site, Russia's emergency ministry claimed that 10 bodies have been recovered from the wreckage. The BBC has not been able to independently verify this information yet, but outside the Wagner Group headquarters in St. Petersburg, mourners have been laying flowers and lighting candles. If Mr. Prigozhin is indeed dead, it would be an abrupt end, but it's not totally unexpected, as Will Vernon explains from Moscow.
I don't think this news has surprised anyone here today. Around an hour after that plane crash, the Russian Federal Aviation Authority, Rosaviatsia, released a statement confirming that Yevgeny Prigozhin's name was on the passenger manifest of that plane. And that is very fast for that particular agency. Rosaviatsia usually takes much longer to respond to incidents like this. And that already raised a few eyebrows here, because after all, speculation has been swirling for some time now, just exactly about what fate would await Yevgeny Prigozhin. When Yevgeny Prigozhin launched his mutiny exactly 2 months ago, his Wagner mercenaries seized a major Russian city and even marched on Moscow. You know, that was a major humiliation for the Kremlin, and Vladimir Putin is not the kind of man to forget that. So I think if Yevgeny Prigozhin was killed in that plane crash today, which seems likely, I think that will come as no shock whatsoever to most people here. In fact, I think most people will probably be surprised that it didn't happen sooner. Now, we don't know what exactly caused that crash. Russian media are saying that investigators are looking into a number of different possibilities, including what they're calling external actions.
Will Vernon there. Well, meanwhile, Ukraine observes its Independence Day today. The day celebrates Ukraine's declaration of independence from the Soviet Union in 1991 and is usually marked by a military parade, but that hasn't taken place since the war began last year. However, destroyed Russian tanks and military vehicles were lined up in central Kyiv on Monday. United Nations Security Council members are also due to meet in New York today to discuss the conflict.